Is Meghan Markle truly a threat to the beleaguered royal Prince Andrew? And more importantly, why? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the heart of London. Nice to see you today, hope you're keeping well, and as ever that is one of your big breaking royal stories coming out of London. As we've often told you now here on the show, it's been a very tricky time for the former royal known as Prince Andrew and of course the Duke of York. We don't need to go into too much detail on that other than the fact that he is ploughing ahead and battling on in his own lane, as they say, as now a private citizen. Must be very hard though for him, whichever way you look at it. You have to have some sympathy because as yet, as I've often said here on the show, we simply don't know the true background to it. But as ever, people speculate and make their own decisions, particularly in the mainstream media first. But moving forward, you may have seen this particular story, which seems rather strange, because the lawyer for, well, the person who is making it very difficult, of course, for Prince Andrew, Miss Virginia Giuffre, has apparently said that he would like to speak to both Prince Harry and the former actress known as Meghan Markle. Now, there's masses of speculation as to why this would be relevant to this particular case, and one might suspect that, of course, it throws a spotlight onto it. You've got to remember, lawyers are full of theatrics. When you think about it, they get in the courtroom with their wigs and their pens and their gowns, and it's pure theatrical event for them. Many of them did tamper with the idea of becoming actors, but this is normally a very bigger stage, and when you have a case like this, the world's attention is on you. So why the reason would he wish to speak to both Meghan and Harry? Well, the thin line is this. According to him, they were both around Prince Andrew for over 2 years as senior members of the British monarchy. Well, that's ludicrous in itself because Prince Harry's been around Prince Andrew his whole life. Of course, he's a family member. So odd in itself, don't you think? But according to this particular lawyer, they would like to speak to Miss Markle and Prince Harry about the things that, may have happened or undertaken in the 2 years that they were intensely around the monarchy after they got married. I wouldn't ride too much into this if I were Prince Andrew, because what's a very clever use of is this. By simply linking the two, Meghan, Harry and Prince Andrew, you get media headlines and, more importantly, you get his name back in the paper. But for him, if he did pursue it and wish to go ahead, then this could be rather damaging also for the brand of Harry and Meghan. No one right now wishes to be associated with such a, well, shall we say, rather unsavoury situation that Prince Andrew's got himself into. So for Harry and Meghan, if they refuse, of course, to go and have a chat, that could prove difficulty. But right now, he hasn't actually made a formal request to speak to them. As I say, this could be a lot of media guff to simply get a lot of attention onto him. As ever, when I know more, you'll know more. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.